need to seek information about the province within which these institutions are located so as to know how to fend for their accommodation, feeding, and then their social welfare within that part of the
Hello, Dr.
country.
Mutiyat.
These hospitals include the Kolebu Teaching Hospital, the Comfort Anoke Teaching Hospital, and the 33 Military Hospital. I forgot to mention in Nigeria actually many of the states have their own teaching hospitals,
Hi,
and
Dr. Mutiyat.
all of them have accreditation for radiology training in Nigeria. So, what should we do before sitting for radiology primaries? So, this is where the work is. Before you go into radiology training, what should you be thinking about? You need to have convinced yourself that you really want to go into radiology training. And I'm happy to say that really it is it is worth it. It is profitable. It's worth your time, your energy, and everything you would need. Worth everything to actually go into radiology training. But also necessary to be convinced that you really want to do this because radiology training is something that it's time taking, just like any other residency program, actually. It is time taking. It requires your effort. It requires you to be convinced that you want to make sacrifices. You want to actually study because radiology is broad. It's like covering every discipline, every other discipline because you're not restricted to just ample information and you're versatile in terms of the anatomy and the pathology from these different systems. So, having answered this question, we are now certain that okay, fine, you really want to go into radiology training. The next thing will be how do you get in? How do you go about it? So, like I mentioned earlier, the pathway to getting into radiology training is through writing primaries. Through writing primaries, either the West African College of Surgeons or the National Postgraduate Medical College in the case of Nigeria, and then Ghana College of Physicians for those in Ghana. So, what are the requirements? So, basically, your MBBS certificate. You must have equally registered, completed your full registration with the Medical and Dental Council of your country. Please ensure you do keep all your receipts. Any stage um, you complete, you need to ensure you always have a scanned copy of your documents. You can always have them maybe in your Google Drive or somewhere safe so that you can easily access them anytime you want to make an application. You would also need, for those who have one reason or the other to change their names, please also ensure that you keep all the documents involved, like the affidavit. They usually request for newspaper publication, a recent photograph, and the like. So all your documents should be properly scanned and saved on your devices. Should there be need to upload them impromptu. So these requirements are not far-fetched for the National Postgraduate Medical College as well. You equally require a photograph, your MBBS certificate, NYSC as well as evidence of change of name, like I have mentioned earlier. How about those from Ghana? So for Ghana, it's a little different. You know, in Nigeria, after your graduation, you opt for housemanship, which is 1 year, and then you opt. Oh, sorry, just a minute, please. Please just give me a few minutes. I learned you can't see the slides, so I would need to share as PDF instead.
Dr. Matias, I'm okay to do the slides if you're having any difficulty with it.
So sorry for the break in transmission. Okay, so we're saying that the requirements for both West Africa and the National Postgraduate College of Medicine are similar. So you need to ensure that you have all your documents properly saved and scanned. After, it's always good to scan the hard copies of your documents and have them saved, possibly in your Google Drive or maybe even on your phone or on your laptop if you have one, so that at any point in time that it is required for you to upload these documents, you would have them handy. And these documents include a recent photograph. You really do not want to be sending a photograph that you took maybe a year back that does not look like, have a resemblance with what you look like at the moment. So that's also important. Then your MBBS certificate from your undergraduates. For those who do NYSC, like in Nigeria, you need your NYSC certificate as well, and your full registration with the Medical and Dental Council of Nigeria. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Okay, so for the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons, theirs is a little different because I don't think they go for a national youth service scheme like those in Nigeria. What they do is that their housemanship is for 2 years. So as soon as you're done with your housemanship for 2 years, you also have to work as a medical officer for a year. Once you've done that, requirements, parts of the requirements to apply for primaries with the Ghana College of Physicians and Surgeons. As soon as that is done, you also need to do the full registration with the Medical and Dental Council, just like those from Nigeria are required to do. There is a special privilege given to the first the top 10% of medical students that graduated from their set. So it's something to know beforehand so that you know that you was even as an undergraduate, you are struggling to be among the first, the best 10%, so that your application into primaries will be much easier. Well, I'm not sure how competitive it is over there in Ghana, but sometimes in Nigeria, application for primaries and then the getting a slot into residency may be a little competitive. So it's always good that at every point in time, at every stage in our lives, we strive to be the best, do what is expected of us, and then have good grades regardless of the stage and level we are. So once we are certain that we want to go into radiology and we now have the requirements for the primaries, what do we do? This is a quest. So it means that you have a focus. So what you need to do next is seeking information, and it's a global age, it is a computer age, so it means you would need to go online, search the portals of these colleges, both the West African College of Surgeons, and for those in Nigeria, the and Ghana, the respective colleges. On display is a link, so you can just copy this link of West Africa College of Surgeons into your browser. It brings up the portal for West African College of Surgeons. So you can just click and copy this link into your browser. It will take you directly to their portal. As soon as you get into the interface, you'll be requested to open an account with them. It's very easy. Just follow the prompts. Open an account. Please ensure you enter only the correct details so that you don't have problems after during your application. Always ensure you double check before you click on the submit button. You know, it's more like you are trying to communicate with people that you cannot see, and it will be difficult for you would have difficulty if you've made wrong entries. You will now have to start calling or start sending emails you really don't want to go into that. So before you click on any submit button, ensure that you have entered the correct details. So once you set up your account, you should now peruse the portal, like go through the different navigation, go through the different icons, check the information there, just have an overview of what the college is about, read about them. Once you have a handful information about the West African College of Surgeons, then you can now go ahead to make payment for your primaries. I'm going to show you how the portal looks like. How the portal looks like. So this is an image of the web page as soon as you log in. I have put this here so that if you are seeing something different, they know that you're in the wrong place. Just the top left hand side, the top right hand corner rather of the page, you must see the logo. I don't know if you can see it on this image. You must see the logo of the West African College of Surgeons. If you are not seeing it, it means that you have to check the website properly. So this is what it looks like so that you don't go logging into the wrong page. Next slide, please. So I told you earlier that you need to peruse through the portal. So these what you have on display are the different locations where the exams, the primaries for West African College of Surgeon is being held. In Nigeria, the exams usually take place in Abuja, Enugu, and Ibadan. I wrote mine in Ibadan as at the time I did. So that's another thing you need to consider. You need to consider the travel. Where are you coming from? Which part of this country, which part of Nigeria will be easier for you to get access to? And it's usually a day, it's a day exam. So you need to plan your travel. Where do you have relation in these places where you can put up with for that day? Or will you be getting accommodation elsewhere? So you just need all of the information that will be necessary just so that your stay at your exam center will be cool. I'm in Ibadan, so you can always call me if you're coming to Ibadan for your families. I will be glad to host you. And if you need information about those in Abuja, I have colleagues who are there in Abuja as well. We can also link you up with other medics in Enugu, for example, if whenever it's time for you to write your exams too. Probably by the end of this session, I can just drop my contact so that if you need it at any point in time, you can always reach out. So for those in Ghana, it's in Accra. The exam center is actually Accra, and then sometimes in Freetown for Sierra Leoneans. I'm not really sure if in Liberia if we still hold the primaries there, but it's also a good thing to make further inquiries about it. Next slide. Okay, so similar thing for the national colleges. Here is the user resource location for national college. The same thing. I've put it up here. You can just copy the image, the link into your browser so that it takes you directly to your portal. And once you're there, you should also create and open an account with them. And it's pretty simple. Follow the prompts and then peruse the portal as well. Next slide, please. So here again, this is what their homepage looks like. They have these navigation buttons for home, about, faculties, and examination. Please don't just go straight to the examination aspect. It is always good to open all of the prompts, just see what it's all about, get to know about um, the college itself, get to know about even your faculty. Then you can now go ahead to go further with your application, click on examination, then it takes you to primaries, exemption, maybe part one and then part two. So for your own examination, it's going to be primaries. Next slide. So for those in Ghana, this is what your portal looks like, so that when you get on there, you know that you're in the right place and you can proceed with your application. Next slide. Okay, so now this is it. Most times, since you already know you'll be writing primaries, it is always good to start preparing ahead of time. It's good to start preparing ahead of time, but you need all the information that will help you succeed in your examination. What are you going to be writing? What are you going to be tested on? So, for all the colleges, what they will be testing you on will be anatomy, physics, and applied radiology. As soon as you during as you peruse their portal, you'd get to see a list of the topics they want you to get abreast of during in preparation for the examination. The anatomy is basically what you've done in your undergraduate during your undergraduate studies. Same the physics. So for the physics, that's where the trick is. Sometimes is secondary school physics. Other times it will be more like a pre-pass one physics. So, but it's not something to worry so much about, because if you look just below this arrow, I've placed a link there. It's a Telegram group where you can join. In this Telegram group, you would have access to different physics questions that you can use to practice. You could also you could also use internet materials like I know during my time I use SlideShare a lot. So the different topics that are on the portal, please ensure you go through all of them. The anatomy aspect has its own topic. The physics also has an outlined topics that you need to know before you go for the exams. So what I did then was I just copy and paste those topics in my browser. And for each of those topics, they're already made slides. I can remember vividly when it came to physics, there were topics about interaction with matter. There were topics about mirrors, the different type of mirrors and how the images appear. So questions like that. Then you also get questions from applied physics about black surfaces, how they either emit or heat emitters or absorptors of heat, the like. So physics questions, they may be tricky, but you need ample time. So what I would advise on this call is that as soon as you're certain that you're going for primaries in radiology, get you can get a book where you write out all of the topics that you'll be tested on, and ensure you seek out materials. Out maybe after this call I would share with you. I recently found all my study materials, so we could just if you're I'll advise you join our WhatsApp platform after now, so I could just share with you a link to those study materials so that you can go through them as you prepare for your primaries. So, the mode of your test is CBT for both West African College of Surgeons and even the National Postgraduate College of Nigeria. The questions are most times best option. So they'll give you, let's say, an option of a question with five options. So you have to choose the one that best fits and that best answers the question. Next slide, please. Okay, so as soon as you're done with your exams, the next thing will be how long should you expect your result? It varies actually. Sometimes it can be from 2 weeks to a few months. So just be on the lookout, put your ears to the ground, then check their portals because they usually post the result on their portals, and they would also send a copy of your result to the email. That is why I was saying earlier that you need to ensure that you enter your information correctly. If you have given a wrong email, it means that you wouldn't get a copy, an official copy of your result. So don't be in a hurry whenever you are filling in your application. During your application process, ensure all your details are correct. So your results, I wish everyone success. So it's going to be a pass for everyone on this call by God's grace. Usually it's valid for West African College of Surgeons, it's valid for 5 years. So it means that within the span of 5 years, you can still use that same result to apply for radiology and residency. While for the national postgraduate, recently it was extended to up to 7 years. So I do not pray that you will be waiting for 5 years or 7 years, as long as 5 or 7 years before you get slots for residency. So what should you do so that your results do not expire? As soon as you have this your results, you need to start seeking information about when there will be adverts for residency programs. So it means that even right from your primary, to keep in touch with your colleagues whom you wrote the exams at the same time with, because they may also have information about when adverts are being out for the different institutions offering the training program. As much as possible, you need to continue to talk to people. Okay, please, so I'm looking for residency slot, so that when the opportunity comes, they will reach out to you that okay, there's an opportunity now. You can place your application to that institution. Next slide, please. Okay, so what will you be needing? You've successfully completed your undergraduate course. You now have MBBS. You also have a valid primaries, either West African College or Ghana College, as the case may be, or even the Nigerian Postgraduate College. And most times, it is actually advisable that you write both colleges, for example. So going into radiology, it is good. It is advisable that you write both WACs and national colleges, so that when you want to write your Part 1 membership, you qualify for both colleges as well. For Part 1, the nationals comes earlier than the West Africa. So it means that you qualify for membership at exactly 2 years or after completing 24 months of training. So it puts you at an edge to become a senior registrar on time compared to those who have just West Africa College of Surgeons. So it's better for you to write both exams if you have the financial means. Always plan for it. So what do you need? You need your credentials, your MBBS, your statement of results of your primaries, and then you would be invited. Usually, you'll be invited for both written and oral interviews by the institutions you have applied to for your residency training. So that one too also needs you to refresh your memory, go through your study materials again, because you would be asked clinical questions. Your knowledge will also be tested in these interviews as well. Next slide. Okay, so this, I'm not sure if you can see this clearly, but this states that exemption from primaries. So in Nigeria, what is obtainable is that there is a waiver for either of the exams. Let's say, for example, if you've passed West African College of Surgeons, you have their primaries, but you weren't able to write the nationals prior to commencement of residency. So it just means that you can use either of it to start residency program. But like I said earlier, It's advisable you pass both and then come in with both. But if that isn't possible, as soon as you gain entry into the residency training program, you can apply for exemption of the other college. So the same process, what you need to do, you log on to their websites. There are there are places where you would see where you applied for the primaries. On that same column, you also see application for exemption. I would advise you do this as soon as you begin um, residency program. If you're not going to be writing the other college, so you apply for exemption. You need to write an application letter. You need to the equivalent of that college. Let's say you wrote nationals, so you'll be uploading your West African College of Surgeons statement of results. You would also upload other documents like your full registration, just like you did when you were applying for primaries. So this again, it can't be overemphasized. Ensure that you upload the necessary documents at the space provided. Don't be in a hurry when you're making application, because it is even sometimes you'll be fined. Yes, you can be fined if you put a wrong document in the wrong, you upload the wrong document in the wrong place, you'll be fined for it. Or it could even cause a delay in approval of your exemption. And the reason why I'm saying this is because, like I said you should apply on time. Between the time you applied and the time your exemption was approved, you can only sit for part one for West African College of Surgeons. At least it has to be a year. That of nationals, initially it was 3 months, but now it has been extended to 9 months. So between the time your exemption was approved and the time you would qualify for your part one exams, it has to be 9 months. So that is the reasons why, part of the reasons why you need to apply for exemption early enough, as soon as you begin your residency training. And it also comes with a price. It's not free. You pay for it. For nationals, it's about 150,000 naira for exemption. For West Africa, Atlanta is even much more expensive, about 300 or 450,000 thereabout. So this again, if you are applying, if you will be needing exemption for any of the colleges, you need to go find out on the portal the cost so that you can save for it. Next slide. Okay, so having uploaded the necessary documents, you need to keep following up, keep checking the portal to see. Ideally, you should receive an email from them to say, okay, they've received the application, and then they'll get back to you. If you don't, please reach out to them, because it just means that you've applied and they are not aware. Because sometimes you may apply, maybe there was an issue and you are not aware of, they may not reach out to you. So you need to monitor your application process, and then where there is delay, in the next at most a month, if you don't get a response from them, please reach out to them, either the national secretary or even the faculty chairman. Their contact is on the portal. You can send an email to them preferably, and then if you still don't get a response, please get their numbers and put a call across. Otherwise, there will just be an unnecessary delay that may not eventually make you eligible for part one when you are due, and I'm sure you don't want that. So just keep checking to ensure that you get a response from them as soon as you apply for exemption. Next slide. Okay, so in summary, what we've been trying to say is that radiology is a beautiful discipline. We welcome everyone to the department. We really can't be enough. There's really shortage of manpower, and we know that subspecialty is what is in vogue now. So we need as many radiologists as possible. It is a beautiful discipline, and we have it's the departments are usually filled with lovely set of people, trainers, mentors. You'll be glad to join radiology as a discipline. Then seek all of the information that you need. It can't be overemphasized. Reach out to those who are ahead of us. You can call me, you can call president of regap, anybody at all in the discipline, you can always call. Then ensure you prepare for the examination. You don't want your money to go to waste. There's pass, there's fail, but if you work towards it, you'll be successful by God's grace. Then save for it, make payments, keep your receipts as well. Keep your receipts, it's very important. Be apply for the applications meticulously, ensure there are no errors so that it can be a smooth ride. And put your ears to the ground when there are adverts for residency training. Yes, so I also want to mention at this point that if for Nigerians they have an advantage of West African College of Surgeons. If you have primaries in West African College of Surgeons, you can actually use it to apply for residency in other West African um, colleges. Like you can apply for residency slots in Ghana. So yes, that is acceptable. You can do that. So with this, I'll say thank you for listening. I'll be glad to have your questions now. You can simply type them in the chat box. Thank you. Do we have questions? Any questions, comments, contributions to the topics?
Hello, Dr. Mutiyat. Dr. Raji is saying thank you for the Dr. Samuel is saying thank you for the presentation. I don't think anyone has any question for now. Oh. Hello, everyone. Good evening. it was really good that you were able to join us on this presentation. Thank Dr. Mutiyat Tai for this excellent presentation. I'm just coming in to say that I'm just coming in to say
At this point, I would like to invite the president of Radiology Interest Group Africa to give us a briefing about the
yeah.
organization before we call it a day. So, Dr. Kinde, please, over to you.
To tell you, I was already, yeah. But thanks for the introduction. So I'm just saying, like Dr. Mutia has shared, radiology is a good specialty to explore and to be curious about. What we found out, and one of the reasons why we're doing what we're doing at RIGAF is because we feel people don't have as much information about the process, and because they don't have as much information, they don't attempt things. So we are hoping that with the presentation of today, you're able to have a good idea of what it takes to do radiology in West Africa, the primaries, the exams, and sort of like this, an idea of what the monetary cost might look like. So we're grateful that all of you came for this event. There will be a feedback form at the end of this event. So if you would really appreciate if you just give us your feedback, what we can improve, what maybe some topics you want us to discuss on, or like what you liked about the session. Um, yeah, someone's asking about the WhatsApp group. So I'll post the list on the chat box, but that's like the RIGAF WhatsApp group basically. So I think Dr. Mutia referred to it earlier
Joining
on.
Riga, thank you for your question. You can have just send me a message on WhatsApp. Here is my number. Then I would forward the link to you. Yeah. Yes, so you even have the link already in the chat box. So you can use the prompt, the link. My president has sent the link, so you can use that to join. Also, regarding the topics, yes, you would need to create an account with the different colleges first before you get access to the topics for the exams. Thank you. I hope that answers your question.
All right, everyone. So thank you for attending. We'll be closing the program now. Thank you for the questions. We hope you learned one or two things. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.